Hey everyone, my name is Joseph. Welcome to the Fusioneers. Today we're going to be learning how to make a cup using the shell method. This is a new series of videos of making a cup. We've done making a cube as well as a quarter, so if you haven't seen those, check them out on our YouTube or Skool community. Speaking of the Skool community, if you want this free PDF as well as the Fusion files that go with this video, then be sure to check that out. It's at skool.com/Fusioneers. The link is also down in the description if you're on YouTube. So these PDF files are a 2 scale, so if you want to just use your micrometer or some type of ruler to measure these, so this is what we're going to be making, which is a very basic little cup. Everything is to scale except for this detail A, which is 10:1. So if you measure this chamfer is what it's called here, which is the main point of the detail, just make sure that you divide by 10 because it's a 10:1 scale. And then after you get done measuring that, so if you want to measure it, go ahead and pause the video. This is what the measurement should have been. So this is a 100 millimeter tall cup by 60 millimeters in diameter, and then the walls, as you can see here, are 3 millimeters thick, and if you're using the imperial measurements, these are those measurements. And then you should have been able to measure that this was 4 millimeters and this was 4 millimeters, so it's a 0.4 millimeter chamfer because you divide 4 divided by 10 to get 0.4. And then I mentioned this up here, it's not very clear, but you should also add the chamfer to the top and inside of the cup, and you can kind of see it on this other view. So hopefully that helps, and if you want to go ahead and try to make this, me walking through it, then go ahead and try now, but if not, we'll go ahead and get started. So go ahead and open up the Fusioneers project. We're going to make a new folder called a cup, and then we're going to make a new design. All right, turn our origin on. We're going to click Command S to save, which is the shortcut, and we're going to call this cup shell. Alright, so now we're going to start off by making a sketch on this bottom plane. So select the plane, and then we're going to use this circle, the center diameter circle. So again, we're trying to learn our shortcut, so the shortcut to that is just C, which makes sense because circle starts with the C. So now make sure that your first point kind of snaps to the origin. I'll click there, and then we're going to make this 60 millimeters in diameter. So now that we have the circle, we're going to click D and dimension it to 60 millimeters. Your circle should be black now and make sure it's fully constrained. And now that's really all we have to do for the sketch. So we're going to go ahead and click Finish Sketch. All right, so now to extrude this out, we're just going to click E, and then we're going to make it 100 millimeters tall, which is what is dimensioned in the PDF. So now we just have a cylinder. So now we have to shell that out. One of the ways you can do it is using the shell modify commands. We're going to click on that. And now you're just going to select which face you want to shell out. So we're going to click here, and then it's going to ask for how thick we want our walls. So if you'll look back at the PDF, the walls are 3 millimeters thick. And so now you can look at it and you can see that it's shelled out. If you wanted to make this all the way hollow, which we don't want to in this case, but just to show you how to do that, you can click on this face as well. And now you see you have basically a pipe shape. So I'm going to unselect that. And so now we have our shell. I'm going to click OK. And then just to show that the wall thickness is the same all the way around, I'm going to do a quick inspection. We're going to do a section analysis and use this plane here, and now you can see that we have a nice 3 millimeter thick wall. If you want to make sure that it's 3 millimeters, you can select here and then here, and you see down here in the corner it says 3 millimeters, so it's just measuring the distance between there, and it's the same all the way around. So now if we want to hide the analysis view, just click on that. And so now the final touches to this is to add a chamfer, which is that detail that we saw that was 0.4 millimeters. So we're going to click Modify, Chamfer, and then we're just going to select the edges. So we want both of the top edges, and then navigate down here to the bottom and select this bottom edge. And we're going to make it 0.4 millimeters. You can put that here, and then you can see how it's making that feature. Basically what it does is it angles off the edge. So if you click Command, you can kind of see what it does. And that's just something that's pretty common when you're making things to kind of smooth off the edges, and this is one way to do that. So now if we zoom out, we can also see that here on the top as well. Click OK. So now we have our cup. And then just for fun, let's go ahead and color it. Right now it's just the standard color. So if you click A, that'll bring up the appearance window. You can also find it by modify and then find appearance here as well. And so I like to use plastic. So you might have to scroll down some to find plastic, and then the ABS color. If you can't drag it, you might have to click this download arrow, but mine's already downloaded. So I'm just going to drag it over there and then right click, edit, and now we can make it whatever color that we want. I have another video talking about appearances in a little more detail, so check that out if you're interested, and we can just kind of figure out a color that you like. Let's make it kind of a light red color, pinkish. Okay, so that is how you make a cup using the shell method. So we'll talk about some other ways to make this in the next video. So thanks for watching.